The Life and Death of the Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy.
Who is the royal personage visiting Casterbridge, and what is the purpose of their visit? The royal personage visiting Casterbridge is not named in the given texts, but they are stopping in Casterbridge to receive an address from the corporation. The purpose of the visit is for the corporation, as a representative centre of husbandry, to express its sense of the great services the royal personage has rendered to agricultural science and economics, by promoting designs for placing the art of farming on a more scientific footing. How are the inhabitants of Casterbridge preparing for the royal visit, and what kind of festivities are planned? The inhabitants of Casterbridge are preparing for the royal visit by planning a thorough fête Corillani to celebrate the occasion. The address to be presented to the royal personage is prepared on parchment by an artist who is handy at ornamental lettering and is laid on with the best gold leaf and colours that the sign painter had in his shop. The council met to arrange the details of the procedure, and much can be done in the half-hour pause if the weather is fine. The inhabitants are hoping to make a permanent mark upon the town's chronicles, as a warm summer permanently marks the ring in the tree trunk corresponding to its date. What is the significance of this visit for the town of Casterbridge, and how might it impact the local community? The visit of the royal personage is a momentous occasion for the town of Casterbridge, as royalty has not been seen in the town since the days of King George III. The visit is significant because it is an opportunity for the town to express its sense of the great services the royal personage has rendered to agricultural science and economics. The visit might impact the local community by stirring the depths of its society simultaneously with the preparations for the Skimmington. It is also an opportunity for the inhabitants to celebrate the occasion with a thorough fête Corillani, which might leave a permanent mark upon the town's chronicles. Who is Lucetta, and what is her role in the royal visit? Lucetta is a character in the story who is described as bright and pretty. She is the mayor's wife and occupies the front seat of the arranged seats from which ladies can witness the spectacle of the royal visit. During the visit, she watches Donald Farfrae, a young man with whom she is infatuated, and every trifling emotion that her husband shows as he talked had its reflex on her face and lips, which moved in little duplicates to his. She is living his part rather than her own, and cares for no one's situation but Farfrae's that day. What is the Skimmington, and how does it relate to the royal visit? The Skimmington is a traditional folk custom in which a mock parade is held to publicly shame a person who is deemed to have violated social norms. In the story, the preparations for the Skimmington are happening simultaneously with the preparations for the royal visit. The Skimmington is seen as a way for the lower classes to express their discontent with the upper classes, who are seen as putting on airs and graces for the royal visit. The Skimmington is also seen as a way for the lower classes to assert their own power and agency in the face of the royal visit, which is seen as an imposition from above. Who are Coney, Busford, and Longways, and what is their opinion of the royal visit? Coney, Busford, and Longways are characters in the story who are discussing the possibility of a Skimmington happening during the royal visit. Their opinion of the royal visit itself is not explicitly stated in the given texts. What is Jop's plan for the night of the royal visit, and how does he feel about it? Jop is a character in the story who is involved in planning a Skimmington, which is a traditional folk custom in which a mock parade is held to publicly shame a person who is deemed to have violated social norms. Jop's plan is to hold the Skimmington on the night of the royal visit as a way of expressing the lower classes' discontent with the upper classes, who are seen as putting on airs and graces for the royal visit. Jop sees the Skimmington as a way of asserting the lower class's power and agency in the face of the royal visit, which is seen as an imposition from above. To Jop, the Skimmington is not a joke, but a retaliation.